So, we got some news that the DC, I don't know if it's the DCEU, but it is Warner Brothers and it's DC Comics are going ahead with this Batgirl movie. Now, Joss Whedon supposedly joined the DCEU or Warner Brothers to work on a Batgirl movie. He wanted to. He was very passionate about it. And I got excited to see Batgirl, a Batgirl movie. I didn't know how I was going to connect with things, but I'm only excited if it's still connected to Batman. Batman exists in that world, Robin or Nightwing, and most of the members of the Bat family. Alfred, you know what I mean? I get excited anytime I hear any news that they're going to go forward with anything doing with the Bat family. We get a lot of Batman, and I understand how that can turn some people off of seeing anybody that's closely related to Batman, also like Nightwing, like Robin, any variation of them, Tim Drake, Damian, or Barbara Gordon as Batgirl, or Batwoman, and the multiple different Batgirls they had. But my thing is, I'm excited because I think that they're very interesting characters outside of being with Batman. And with them too, but I think that can go good. And I just love Gotham. I really do. I mean, I talk about superhero movies not always being dark and not just tone, but visually in their style. They don't all have to be. But the Bat family, it's welcome. Most of their style is dark, you know what I mean? Especially Gotham. Gotham has a feel to itself. And I think anytime a movie is set in Gotham or Bloodhaven, it has to have that look that makes it look like that. It can't just look like Chicago or New York, or it just won't work right. That's my opinion, but it just won't work right. We saw that with The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Returns, but Batman Begins really felt like he was in Gotham. It didn't feel like he was just in Chicago, Pittsburgh, because they filmed the first two in Chicago, and I think the last one in Pittsburgh, yeah. It doesn't feel like he was just in there. They took Batman, Joker, or Batman and Bane and just put them inside of the real world Chicago or Pittsburgh. But that worked well for people. That little crossover into reality, being more grounded in reality, worked well for people, and it made some great movies. It's just that Batman Begins felt like the best Batman type of movie out of that series to me. Felt like he was really in Gotham and just off the pages of a comic book. But this one will not be done or written or directed by Joss Whedon, as far as we know for this point. But it's going to be written by a woman named Christina Hodson. I think it's Hodson or Hodson. I never heard anybody say her last name. It might be Hodson, Hodson. And she's written the Bumblebee movie that was in development. I think it's in post-production right now. And she's also written a movie not too long ago called Unforgiven, I believe. And that wasn't received too well by critics or fans of movies. It really wasn't. So people were kind of sketchy. They're like, oh my gosh, I don't know any other movie she's done besides that. But people were like, oh great, she wasn't that good writing that. But we gotta wait to see Bumblebee. People don't have too much faith in it already because the last two Transformers movies, they just hate it. Even the one before the last two, people kind of was like, eh. And Transformers 2 people just really wasn't feeling it. I enjoyed the first Transformers. But we gotta wait to see what this Bumblebee movie is about. Too many bumblebees. We gotta wait to see what it's about. We've seen people, screenwriters and directors, turn out great movies, okay movies and great movies, or great movies and then one that just flops. You know, look at that movie Mother. The guy who wrote and directed that, or directed it, did he write it too? Yeah, he wrote it. People liked his previous work. They liked his previous things. They wanted to see Mother because he was doing it. And they watched Mother and they were like, nah, what was this? Was he trying to make an artsy, weird film or something? They just didn't feel it. It happens sometimes. So maybe she just hit and miss with one of her scripts. You gotta realize people write dozens of scripts. If a studio picks one up, might not be a good movie, and we don't know how much of that original screenwriter's script turned out on to the screen. We really don't, especially when it's done by a different director. So you can't blame the scriptwriter completely because directors can change everything from lines in the scripts to the whole location of where things are supposed to be, characters, everything. Once that script is sold, it's the studio's property, and that director's gonna do whatever. But I'm excited for this. I really am. Batgirl, I love most of the Bat family characters, like I said. I'm more of a Marvel guy. I grew up loving Marvel, and I barely read DC. If it was Superman, I read it. If it wasn't, I didn't even really browse through. But I'm getting into DC a lot more. Over the last 10 years, I was like, oh my gosh, there's some great stories and some great characters there. I've always liked Flash when I was little, but I just never read the comics. But I'm starting to read. I like to read the old comics. But I'm excited about it. I can't wait to see who they cast. I know they were looking into somebody, I can't remember who. They were looking into somebody from the 100 girl who plays Raven on the 100, she was hinting that she was meeting with Warner Brothers. And Josh Whedon, when he was going to do Batgirl, they were looking into her. But I'm just hoping they pick somebody good. I know Lindsay Lohan says she wants to play Batgirl. I know a lot of people probably like, oh, hell no. I think she could. I really do. The girl's got talent. You know, she's been up and down with her lifestyle and life choices, good and bad, last several years, but she's clean. She says she's sober. She's happy with a new outlook on life, and she really wants to get back to work. She says she just wants to work, and that's one of the things she wants to do is play Batgirl. I would like to see that, but I'm open and I'm ready to see whoever else they pick. I'm excited for this. Can't wait to see it. Once we hear some more news about this, I will be touching up on it. But that's as far as I know. Remember, Christina Hodson, or Hodson, whatever, you know what I mean? Look her up, check out some of her movies, see if you're going to get excited for what she's probably going to do for Batgirl. But anyway, the director too. Can't wait to see what they're going to get to direct this. And I hope it's connected to Batman's universe, at least. If it's not connected to the whole DC universe, at least be connected to Batman and everything else. I don't want to see a Batgirl who never met Batman. He don't exist. Bruce Wayne don't exist. I don't want to see that. That's going to upset me. Because I'm a comic fan, probably. Other people probably don't care. I do. Anyway, that's it. See you next time.